And Willie, let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, all right, awesome. So welcome everybody. Really excited for this call. You know, we have a really special guest, and because his time is limited in a sense to be with us, the time that he has allocated, we have Erik Coover, who is the son of Jim and Kathy, and just an incredible. He's the chief visionary officer for Isagenix, and I wore this shirt, you know, just for you, Erik. Team Impact. So the first time I met you, I had this shirt on, you know, so it was pretty exciting. And actually these were just coming out that day in Tennessee, if I remember correctly, you know.
I remember, yep, I remember. I think I sold about 3 of them that day.
Yeah, I think oh my God, Dr. Plant had drank about 10 or so.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I don't think he's slowed down either.
Yeah, right. He says all of his kids are drinking it too, so I don't know. But really excited and grateful that you took the time to be here with us. And I just got to say, my perspective is that, you know, so grateful for you. You, in my eyes, you were kind of like, I didn't see the value of the role that you play in Isagenix. I heard that, you know, Jim and Kathy's son was the chief visionary officer, and I was like, oh yeah, how convenient. You know what I mean? And I just thought they kind of handed it to you. Until I heard you speak, until I felt your heart, until I kept listening to you, and I see all the things that you've done and everything that you bring to Isagenix. And today, more than ever, I'm extremely grateful, as well as I know everybody, all the associates, that you are the chief visionary officer. What I find very interesting too, which is the case for a lot of us, is that initially you weren't so keen on direct sales or network marketing. And so I think it might be a value to people to understand that you weren't necessarily just born into, you know, this position, and given it, you weren't really interested initially. So if you wouldn't mind, maybe starting with that for tonight.
Yeah, cool. So like you said, I've obviously kind of been around this profession my whole life. I mean, you know, being Jim and Kathy's son, you are pretty much born into this. All I've known is network marketing in this profession. And so as a result of that, I kind of witnessed, before Isagenix, I witnessed my parents go through kind of the great times, the struggle times, and the real challenging times that this profession can bring for people. And obviously that correlates a lot with what company you're with and all that stuff. And of course, there's great companies in network marketing. There's, you know, mediocre ones, and there's ones that aren't good at all. And unfortunately, they kind of poison a lot of the industry. And so I watched my parents like live and breathe this industry before Isagenix, and I just saw a lot of battle wounds and scars on them. You know, I saw my mom like pour her blood, sweat, and tears as a distributor into other network marketing companies, like literally where she would, you know, earn money from the company and, you know, share the gift and the vision, and then she'd be racing to the bank to cash her checks because she was afraid that the company was going to shut down. Like, I watched her, you know, companies do crazy things to the companies that she was aligned with, and so I saw her put her reputation on the line and all that stuff, and I saw her, you know, get hurt in this profession, even though I was young, but I still saw it. I saw my dad do a lot of consulting for other network marketing companies, and I saw him, you know, and we had to move our family around the US 5 times in like a 2.5-year span, because he would come in and do consulting for other companies, and he'd last about 6 months and be like, this company just, you know, they just don't get it. Like, they're not about like fulfilling the promise of this profession, about the people. It was always about an exit strategy or about, you know, the bottom line. And as a result, we moved around a lot. And so when they started Isagenix, in my head, this was just going to be another company that wasn't going to work out. I was 14 at the time, and we were just going to have to move 9 months later. That was my experience for the last 2.5 years, you know, when I was 14. And so as a result, I rebelled. I tell the story all the time. I rebelled. I brought home products from other companies. I literally used to bring home those massive canisters of whey protein from GNC, and I'd be blending them in the corner and watching my parents get ticked off, and they were starting, Isagenix. And so, but I watched them, and I watched them pour their hearts into this, and after about 4 years, obviously Isagenix was still around. I was entering college. I was going into my first year at university and seeing so many of my friends put on weight, the freshmen, 20, 30, 40 pounds. And my foundation for like well-being and health before going to school was my mom's home cooking and my mom's pantry full of organic food that was always stocked. And so when I moved away, it was like I needed to get, really have a foundation that I could tap into every single day that would allow me to just go through school and stay healthy and still go out and have fun and everything that college brings. So that's when I got serious about the products, was on the products consistently for about 2 years, obviously started experiencing the benefits, more energy, just maintaining health through college while while some of my friends were on the pizza and beer diet, as most college students are. And then my parents sat me down, going in my 3rd year of university. And at the time I was pursuing a career in professional golf. I was on golf scholarship at Arizona State. And that was my dream. That's what I wanted to do. That's how I wanted to live my life, was I wanted to play professional golf. And they sat me down and they said, we want to support you in pursuing golf. We're 100% behind you. We've seen you pour your whole life into it over the last 10 years. But when you graduate from school, just know that we're not going to go sponsor your dream. We're not going to go pay for all your travel and your expenses and all that stuff. You're going to be on your own. Essentially, we're cutting you off when you graduate. But you've got 2 years left of school. You can go to school and you're already taking the products. You can go start sharing Isagenix and earn an income for yourself, so that by the time you graduate, you'll be in a position to go sponsor yourself, pursue your dream of golf. And so that's when light bulbs started going off for me. And again, something really smart that they did is it wasn't like, hey, Isagenix is going to be your future and all that stuff. It wasn't any of that. It was like, okay, what's Erik's dream? Erik's dream is to become a professional golfer. Let's show him a way where he can go pursue his dream just by having Isagenix be a vehicle that's going to help him get there. And that's when it really made sense to me. And my parents said, my dad in particular said, if you want to join us later on in your life in Isagenix, if golf doesn't work out, and I know that's the plan now, that it's going to work out, but if it doesn't, and you want to join us later on in your life, just know that you have to build a business first. You have to know what an associate goes through. You got to be in the trenches. You got to know what it takes to build a team, host events, handle rejection. I mean, everybody on this call and what you're experiencing, you know that this is a different animal, this profession and this industry, and they wanted that experience for me. And that's the beauty of my parents. They lived it and breathed it for a long time, and that's what makes them think like all of you. And they wanted me to think like that, and they wanted that experience for me. So my mom challenged me to make a list of 20 motivated, passionate young people that I was going to school with, like she does with everybody still today. And we used to host weekly kind of almost like opportunity events in my apartment complex. We used to rent out a room there every Tuesday night. We'd build into, just share about the products, how to earn an extra $300 to $500 a month. It wasn't about big money. It was just about, hey, help this pay your way through school, $300 to $500 a month. And that was really tangible for young people. And that's where I saw the real vision for young people and what this could create. And so, yeah, that's kind of how I got started. And golf ended up not working out. But once I got immersed in the culture of Isagenix, and I realized I could really just be myself, and I didn't have to be like my parents. I didn't have to be that the weight of that expectation was huge for me. But when I immersed myself into this culture, I realized that I could just enter and contribute in my own way, and everybody would just love you for it. And committing to this personal growth journey has been the greatest gift of my life. I mean, now everything that's good in my life has come from saying yes and going all in with Isagenix. Obviously, the relationship I have with my parents, my purpose in life. I met my wife, Peta, in Isagenix. We got 2 kids. I get to travel the world and talk about something that I love so much. So I'm so glad that I went all in.
Awesome. Awesome. And
Or
so,
we,
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. So are we, yeah, very much so, and so that, thank you for that. And I love hearing that. I really love hearing that. And just like a lot of people on this call, and we do have some guests that maybe, joining this call for the first time to learn about Isagenix as well. And I love hearing that because I have a lot of admiration, just like a lot of people on this call, for your parents and the integrity that they live by. And we all know very well that things like Isagenix, anything in life begins and falls on leadership. And so your parents are just really incredible people, and we're all very grateful for that. But there's this movement that you started, even though we're all starting to look younger, and JoJo could probably slip through the cracks now for the millennial start program, but could you kind of talk about that a little bit, that start program that you initiated?
Yeah, well, we 9 years ago, we had no young people in Isagenix. We had very few. We had great products, a great business model, great culture, but there's not a lot of young people. And so what we decided to do is, just knowing that, one of the biggest things that young people gravitate towards is community. And we just wanted to create a community for young people that would just be supported through saying yes to Isagenix as a vehicle to really start their life, start making their own decisions, start their ideal body, start contributing in a bigger way. Whatever it is they want to start, Isagenix can be a vehicle for that. And we started it as a little Facebook group. It started with about 8 members. And, after the first year, we had about 2,000 members in the group, 18 to 35, who were all taking the Isagenix products, who were all, participating in the business model, and just creating that culture and community. Because young people need to know, when they're getting involved in something, they want to see social proof. Are other young people doing this? Is this a home for young people? And we needed to really create that. And we wanted to make it around contribution and really giving back. And I think that's what's enabled the Start Your Life movement to be sustainable over time, is that a lot of times you see companies try to lure young people in for the short term with very flashy things, nice cars, nice suits, nice this, nice that, very materialistic stuff. And it works for a very short term. And then it just falls on its face because it's just not fulfilling. It's not ultimately fulfilling for the long term. But when you ground something in contribution and really giving back, and it's about young people not only taking control of their physical health and financial health, but what are these young people, what are we really doing to recirculate our time, money, resources to create actual change in the world? And that's why we have huge global give back days at our large major events. We just this movement is all about contribution. And so again, at the end of the first year, we had 2,000 members. At the end of the second year, we had about 7,000 members in that Facebook group. And then it really reached a tipping point where we started to attract all these, after 2 years, it was all of a sudden, people like Emily Vavra started to show up. Then Kelly and Tyler Dickeriff started to show up. Lori and Chris Harder started to show up. My wife, Peta Kelly, started to show up. All these unbelievable young people, in their mid-20s, started to show up. And it was and it reached a tipping point, and it became the fastest growing segment of Isagenix. And now we've got over 60,000 members in this group who are collaborating every single day. We've got startyourlife.com, which is kind of the central hub for everything going on with the young generation within Isagenix. And it's young people just sharing their stories about how Isagenix has impacted their life at a young age. And to me, again, the thing that that keeps me up at night is the legacy of Isagenix. I know the responsibility that's been bestowed on me to help carry the torch of Isagenix into the future. And if there's one thing that I've been able to watch my parents day in and day out, not because they've told me this, but because just of their actions every single day, it's how big that responsibility actually is. And we've got so many people that are counting on us every day. And that keeps me up at night. And what keeps me up at night is, how do we create a real legacy that's going to continue to, evolve this company into the future, and so that this company continues to thrive 5, 10, 15, 20 plus years into the future. And to me, that most crucial asset to that is START. It's because that is the legacy in action every single day. That is the next generation of leaders that, are also carrying the torch into the future of this company. So, and that's why I've just been so passionate about it for so long. And it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing to be able to see, people so excited to turn 18, or their kids are, starting to take interest in Isagenix because, they're starting to see some of the stuff in START, and they're starting to see wow, this is actually a home for young people, where they can feel valued and be around like-minded people. And it's really cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Erik, I mean, who knew, just listening to you, who knew, with startyourlife.com that you would actually be starting a portion of your life as well with your beautiful wife and children, right? So just amazing. And so startyourlife.com for guests and all the associates that are here, any millennials in that age bracket, 18 to 35, that's a great website to send them to, just for the reason that Erik said, so that they can see there's a thriving community of their age bracket. Just really incredible. And I got to say, the other day, your mom was on a conference call with us, and to watch Kathy Coover's, the pride that she had when she mentioned, your humility, and the fact that you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to start working. She's so proud of you, just like all of us as well. We're so grateful and proud. And so I think that would be a good segue from that point, to just kind of ask you if you could share a little bit about Isagenix 2.0, but make sure you save enough time to talk about collagen. So I know we got about 10 minutes with you, but we want to know about Isagenix 2.0, and then everybody's waiting to hear, what you can share a little bit more about the collagen. So I'll turn it back over to you.
I could go all day on 2.0.
Yeah.
The bottom line is that this company is entering the most exciting season that it's ever entered. I mean, and I believe that with every cell in my body. I've never seen our team stronger, never seen our team more aligned. I've never seen the vision more clear, and I've never seen us moving in a very bold direction, where we need to go to allow this company to thrive in this new decade that we're in. We started talking about Isagenix 2.0 about 12 months ago. Company evolutions, they take time. It takes time to reinvent. Isagenix 2.0, that is what it is. It's a reinvention of this company. And companies that aren't willing to make those bold steps and reinvent and evolve, they're going to be dead. We've seen it so many times, over the last 10 years. Companies that weren't willing to, risk what they were currently doing to go where they needed to go are non-existent anymore. And so that is why we are doing 2.0. And that's why I've been so fired up about it for the last year. And so essentially it is, again, it's us focusing in on 3 things and 3 things only. As you can imagine, we've got hundreds of thousands of associates all around the world. We get plenty of ideas every single day from everybody. And we have a lot of input coming in. And one of the disciplines that we have in 2.0 is really staying focused on 3 things. Just like you, in the field, only really need to focus on 3 things. It's talking to new people about Isagenix, following up with them and getting them started. It's keeping the main thing. For us, the 3 things are product innovation, upgrading our core products, Obviously, you've seen product innovation. That's always going to be an initiative for us. You know, collagen is a huge, that is a true 2.0 product innovation. And you see what that can do to the business. It's unbelievable what it's done to the business. And more of that is coming. I mean, we got a big one coming in July at Celebration. We got a big 2.0 product coming that is going to leapfrog, you know, one of our core products that is going to be true reinvention. Like, it's going to be a core product for us that is going to be getting completely reinvented in a bold way. And it's epic, trust me. So we're going to focus on that. We're going to focus on the second thing, upgrading our marketing, branding, messaging. You see, you know, you saw, you know, new logo, new tagline. You know, no longer are we thought of, you know, or going to be thought of as a weight loss company. We are a true holistic well-being company, art of well-being. Well-being is layered: physical, emotional, financial, mental well-being. Well-being is like forever, it's legacy. Wellness is kind of like one-dimensional. It's very trendy. Wellness is so crowded. That's why we specifically chose well-being. And every single touch point across the business, the website, the packaging, the opening the box experience, all of that, and this takes time, is getting elevated because we want it to be beautiful, sexy, luxe experience that people get where they just feel so good about themselves because they're getting this experience. That's what we want for people. And we're going to continue to move in a bold way and deliver on that. Obviously, we got lots of, you know, it's a huge, monumental, colossal thing to do, but you're going to see huge progress being made. By the end of the year, we're going to be in an amazing spot in terms of, you know, every single touch point getting elevated. And then, of course, the last thing is our digital transformation, upgrading our user experience through innovative tech. Obviously, we launched the Penny app. You're seeing the new aesthetics of our website. The enrollment process is getting, you know, a bit more intuitive and simple. That's only going to continue. A big part of the deliverables coming for that are the latter part of this year. And we're spending literally tens of millions of dollars on that. And so those three things, that is what we're focused on and nothing else. And we're going to continue to deliver every single month on those three things. And, you know, so in 6 months from now and 12 months from now and beyond, this is going to be a completely new reinvented company. And you can see, I hope, that, you know, a year ago, even 6 months ago, a lot of this was lip service. It was like, you know, this myth that was, you know, wow, that sounds great, but when's it going to come? I hope you can see it starting to happen. I mean, it's starting to, with the new products that are coming, the new branding that's coming, the new messaging, it is starting to come to life. And it's just like personal renewal and reinvention. You know, you don't just enter Isagenix, you know, like I did, with not a lot of self-confidence, not a lot of self-worth, very shy. And then tomorrow you're like just this charismatic person that just, you know, transforms. It's a whole evolution that takes time and it doesn't end. It's an infinite game, just like this is an infinite game. But we're committed to the long haul of it. And I hope you can see that it's happening in a bold way.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
That was hard for me to keep that to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah, Dave, I'll turn it over to you. I don't, you know, if there's anything that you want to add or ask Erik, but you know, I'm extremely grateful that
what questions do you have on collagen? Which questions do you have on collagen?
I'll turn it over to Dave. Go ahead.
Just on the collagen, you know, right now, I just wrote this down, just listening to you, Erik, and just resonating with you. You know, it starts from the top down, and you know, Isagenix had their biggest day ever in 19 years, the biggest day ever of enrollments. I mean, kind of company?
Biggest month ever in January.
Biggest month ever. I mean,
in terms of new customers, yeah.
So what I wrote down was nothing is impossible right now and anything is possible right now. Somebody coming in right now, this could be your ticket to change your life for the rest of your life in a very short amount of time. You know, there's a sense of urgency right now with this collagen. It's going to hit critical mass. And then somebody like Jimmy Smith, who's been in for 19 years, he said on a Zoom last night, I don't know if you heard it, but he said, I've been stuck at 20 star. You know, that's like 800 cycles a week, you know, $40,000 a week. And he said, I will max out a center with this collagen this year from 221 to the end of 221. And that's just it. Anything's possible right now. You know, I just really want to thank you guys for the time that you put in, the effort, and the integrity, but not just that. It's truly going outside of yourself and putting yourself in other people's shoes and wanting to help raise people up coming from that perspective. That's the only way you can do something like you guys are doing. And just really want to, you know, for people that are on here tonight, I know they could feel that. I mean, there's nothing you could really say more than what you said. They could already feel your genuineness and that this company is in great hands. And, you know, anything is possible right now. So just with the collagen, any words that you want to share around just what you're seeing from your guys' end?
Well, I mean, look, the collagen it is the most successful product launch by far that we've ever had in our history. I mean, it is like nothing we've ever seen before. I mean, we knew it was going to be big. I mean, you know, the true 2.0 launch, but I mean, I gotta be honest, the before and after pictures, I just can't even believe some of the stuff. I get texts every day of new ones and I'm like, this is nuts. And so, I mean, all I can say is our team is doing their absolute best to keep this product in stock. I know that we've got shipping delays currently. You know, it's about 10 to 14 day delays, and this is with us. I mean, trust me, we're making a massive investment. I mean, we've had to rent like airplanes to fly more product in, while also having product travel by boat. You know, and with COVID going on, you know, everybody's supply chain across the planet is just so crowded, and there's delays all over the place. So trying to manage that with the biggest launch that we've ever had in history, we're doing our best. But you know, we're going to keep doing our best to make the investment to keep this thing in stock, because it's only getting bigger. Like, it's like the daily numbers of it, like, that we see are only getting bigger. I mean, we've sold over 5.5 million bottles of this thing in 8 weeks. So it's crazy. It is just crazy.
Nothing like this has ever happened before. I have a lady that I've been working with a little bit. We recorded some today. She was the first female salesperson in the makeup industry. They had to change it from salesman to sales rep. And over 30 years with Estee Lauder, you know, Neiman Marcus, she's the one that invented the women spraying the stuff on you as you walk through the store. That was her girls. Never, she said, I've never seen anything. It's not a market disruptor. It's disrupting my life. You know, she can't stop thinking about it. And she's enrolling salons. And so I would just say, you know, everybody, you got to get out there and get after it, right? And Erik, just everybody's been on that tipping point where I'm going to quit. This is like not working out the way I want it to work out, that wall kicking moment. We've all had that. You know, do you want to speak to that a little bit? Because there's going to be people that come up against that hard, you know, those frustrating moments. And if they don't understand that that's part of the deal, they're not unique in that. Did you have those kind of moments when you started building your own team?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, those moments, and still I have those moments, like, you know, we had over the last 3 years, we had a tough 3 years. We really did. And, you know, but one thing that literally never has ever entered my mind during the whole process is, should I still be doing this? Like, and I think that goes back to, you know, when I look back on everything that I've seen people do right, like people that have, you know, grown great Isagenix businesses. And this is true for me. Like, I made a commitment 11 years ago, one time, that I was going to do this. Like, I was like, I am going to, no matter how messy it is, no matter how crap I am on stage, no matter how, you know, worried I am about how people are going to think of me, about, you know, is this guy good enough to help the company, you know, in the future? He's, you know, the son of Jim and Kathy. All that stuff entered my mind, and it still enters my mind. But I committed one time 11 years ago. It's like, no matter what happens, I'm just going to commit to this journey and do this and give it my all every single day. And so when times do get hard and challenging and tough, which they have, it just makes those times so much like easier because you're in one time. You're not like, oh, like, you know, maybe I should just not do this anymore. And, you know, I'm not, you know, not commit anymore. And then you're having to recommit. And then that's just painful. Having to like constantly recommit, am I going to do this or not? That is like, I can't think of anything more painful. But when you're like just immersed and you're in and you're one time, it's like, you got blinders on, no matter what happens. And when things get tough, it just like makes all that so much easier. So, and guess what? Like I said, we're entering the most exciting time in season that we've ever entered. But, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years from now, you know, we're going to go through more tough times. Like it's not any company that's lasted 19 years is going to go through very hard times. You know, every company's done it. So, and that's just life. That's like, it's like our own personal lives, you know. Nobody ever wants to watch a movie like I've never heard of a person that's ever gone through life that's like everything's just goes right for them every single time. And if they ever made a movie like that, it would be the worst, least compelling movie, and nobody would go watch it because nobody can relate to that. So anyway, it's just a cycle of business. It's a cycle of life. And I think actually painting that expectation up front for people when they're first getting started, like this is going to be, you know, you're going to have times where you might want to quit. You're going to have times where you've got somebody that you thought that was your really good friend, that they say something to you that really challenges you in your belief in what you're doing. That is going to come. Like if you're all in, that's going to come. And I just think that like painting that expectation earlier sets people up for success, because when it actually happens, they're much more better prepared for it than if, you know, you're not setting that expectation.
Yeah, that's a good note to end on. That's so well said. You know, and just it's like T. Harv Eker said, he's the author of Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. If you can't make it in Isagenix, you cannot make it anywhere. Because when it comes to Isagenix, the grass is not greener on the other side. And that was like 10 years ago. He said that still holds true today, that we are leading the way. I mean, you can see why right here with Erik and Kathy, that was on the other night. And Jim showed up for Jimmy Smith's presentation, you know, the support. Where do you get that, you guys? I mean, unparalleled company, because we're working with unparalleled people. So Erik, we just want to thank you. If there's anything else you wanted to add, but I think that was perfect words to end on right there.
Well, I'm just grateful for everybody. Thank you for your leadership, you know, your loyalty, your passion. You know, I said at the beginning of the year, this is going to be the most transformational year in our company history. I'd say we're off to a pretty good start, and it's only going to continue the rest of this year and beyond. It's going to be exciting.
Awesome. Let's send Erik some love.
Is this the Australia? Is this the Australia? Is that how you do it in Australia? Yeah, there you go.
Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Erik.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Willie.
Thanks, you.
Dave. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Dave, I just want to say, like, you know, based on what Erik said, and for any guests that are here too, you know, when I was introduced to Isagenix just about 18 months ago, I had already 14 years of experience in this profession of direct sales. And so I believe that was good fortune for me, because I had enough belief already in the profession. I knew that the profession was real. And just like Erik described, you know, his parents' experience. And it's so funny because we have a 26-year-old daughter that experienced similar stuff with us, Digna and I. She saw the good, bad, and the ugly, you know, so now she kind of still goes the safe route and has never really, you know, wanted to venture into direct sales. She has a good corporate job, but she let us know the other day. She said, "Mom, I need to get more collagen." We were like, okay, all right, hold it, you know. So I just want to say that, you know, like we for the guests that are here, you want to listen to what Dave and Jojo are going to share now in a very brief, you know, description, a very simple segue into the Isagenix world, into our Forever Pack community world. You know, 3 simple products, results that cannot be found anywhere else, no monetary risks, And it's just the simplest thing that I've experienced in my 15-year career. There, nothing else simpler. It just made 1,000%. And immediately, Dave, when I met you the very first day, one of the words that I said to you was, "This is a no-brainer." Like, a person could take their brain out, put it on the side, let it rest. There's not a whole lot to think about. This is as simple as it comes, very profound, no monetary risk, and just let your body be the judge. So with that, I know that we're going to attempt to kind of keep this relatively tight in the next 20 minutes or so. But I'll turn it over to you, Dave. Thank you so much.
I'm just going to show a couple slides, and then have to go over the collagen. The thing about the collagen is nobody really knows about it right now. Now that's changing very quickly. Patty and I did a recording that's on YouTube. It already has over 109 views when I last checked, and I just uploaded that a couple hours ago.
Yep.
And it's going to go from the unknown to the known very quickly. And there's a short window of opportunity to get the greatest and most out of that. Everybody always hears about a ground floor opportunity when something great gets started. It's very rarely that holds true, right? And we're at 5 million bottles right now, over 5.5 million, I think he said.
Yep.
It's like Patty said on that recording, we thought 6 months to a year we'll hit this critical mass. We think it's in 6 months or less. Because moving 5.5 million bottles, it's really less than 8 weeks. It's like, I don't know, it's like a month and a half is I think where we're at, a little bit more than that. Yeah. You guys, it's not going to slow down, and it hits that number where it just goes exponential. So if you might even be a little bit behind right now, which means you need to really hit the ground running if you want to be a part of that massive explosion, because everybody's going to start hearing the buzz of it. The energy alone will attract people to it. It's like a hive of bees, and it's just humming. But that's happening across, the face of the globe. And so that, along with the results and the pictures and what it is and the baby boomers and the company and the support, it's just going to go very, very quickly, you guys. And that could save you a lot of labor. It could save you a lot of labor. So if you're a lazy person, you want to work as hard as you've ever worked right now. And don't be lazy, because then you can be lazy the rest of your life in comfort. So let me just share a couple slides. I'm going to toss it over to Jojo. I know, just want to hit a couple things here. Keep this really brief, hit the main points. So I've been sharing this for a little over 9 years now. The collagen just came out. And so this is a really great way to transform somebody's life, but really be a health program that supports them for the rest of their life. So very simple, but very profound in the results. And the collagen really took that to a whole nother level. It was like the piece we were missing. It's based on Nobel Prize winning research around telomeres. I'm going to go past that. Every symptom of aging, every degenerative disease is linked to the telomere. And the telomere is on the ends of your chromosomes. They sit in the middle of the cells. And this would be, let's pretend this is a chromosome here. Bill Andrews, who I was mentored by, the geneticist, said the telomere is like the plastic tip on a shoestring. As long as it's there, the cell will run optimally. But when you lose the plastic tip, it's like the DNA inside is being unzipped. And the DNA, this is the nucleic bonds that are being unzipped. So the telomere holds these in place. When the telomere is missing or deteriorates away, it separates these. That's your software that runs the cell. You lose more software, you're going to have, more symptoms and problems with your health. So Bill was able in human cells to figure out how to get the cell to self-heal. Anything that's living has the innate ability to heal itself. And he knew it had to do with this enzyme right here in the bottom left corner called telomerase. He identified that in humans in 1994. By 1997, he got this enzyme to repair the telomere. That's the first time that's ever happened, you guys. And the best that anybody's ever been able to do is slow down the telomere shortening. This reversed it. It zipped it back up. And then Harvard did it in mice. And this mouse right here used to have the problems that this mouse did. but they were able to activate this enzyme enough that it healed the DNA. Well, what did they find in that study? With the published study, cancer was reversed, Alzheimer's was reversed, diabetes, osteoporosis, cardiovascular issues, everything, because every degenerative issue is linked to this right here. So if you fix that, you fix all the problems. And the mice started acting like younger mice. So that's the research behind the telomere and what we now know about it, the Nobel Prize. There's no refuting that. So Harvard piggybacked off of Bill's research, and they did it in mice over 10 years later. So Bill Andrews and his research team, they tested over 304,000 compounds, trying to find something safe that you and I could consume to zip our DNA back up. But everything they found was toxic. They couldn't use any of them. So along comes Isagenix, and in 2002 is when Isagenix launched, Jim and Kathy and John Anderson. And John was introduced to Bill Andrews in late 2009. In 2010, he was able to find all natural ingredients that zipped it back up in the human cells in Bill's lab. The only lab in the world that can do that. These are the bottles that he sent over right here. And so that's what these little red indicators are, is that enzyme, the cells are producing enough of it to zip the DNA back up. So they did that in vitro with human cells. Nobody's ever done that before. So it was released in 2011. This is me at, what am I there, 33 years old. And here I am, 50 right there. Or yeah, I think I'm 50 right there, almost 3 years ago. It's a game changer for humanity. Go past that. The disclaimer is we can't make any claims around curing any illnesses or diseases because it's nutrition. It's 100% natural. It doesn't even have a childproof cap. My granddaughter opened it at 2 years old. So the kind of results that we've been seeing with supporting people's telomeres is unprecedented. Dick, he's 82 here, he's 85 right here, he's 89 here, and he's just about to turn 90, and here he is at 90 and a half. Jojo has some pictures of him on the collagen now, after 30 days. This is without the collagen. This is with the nutrition and the nutrition of the telomere support and a meal replacement. And Isagenix has some other incredible products that you'll want to add to your ISA pantry as you mature along and as you progress. But we want to really get started on a very simple but profound way. This is him in 2008. This is him in 2020 with the same granddaughter. Same guy. And that's before the collagen. Look at the muscle here, like the biceps, right? So animals, it's awesome for Tony, who's on here tonight from Hawaii. She's had amazing results with her dog. Her dog had that thing where the eyes get cloudy. It's gone now. And 11 years old, bounding around like a puppy. We have a lot of stories around dogs and horses. Just another story here, this is an amazing story. And the whole boxing community got to watch it. This is 2011. This is 6 months later. And he was sent home to die from the hospital here. They said, we can't operate on you. Your cardiovascular system's too weak. 6 months later, a year later, and he's still announcing boxing matches to this day in his 80s. And he said he feels like he can go on announcing for another 20 years. So this is the amazing results. Telomeres is the foundation of your health. Now what we do is we take our Collagen Elixir. I have some on the floor over there. I'm sure I have one in the garbage because I took one today. This little bottle right here, this fills in the crevices that the telomere support misses, right? It's like dessert, kind of fills in the little empty spots that you still have in your stomach. This right here is like the product that really completed what we call the Forever Pack. And I'm gonna go past, well, this is my own personal results right here. That was back before the telomere support. Then the telomere support came out, and this is me at 48 years old. You know, like I said, I'm almost 53 now, and I'm in better shape than I've ever been. And now the collagen, I'm watching the next 2.0 transformation for, it's Dave MacArthur 2.0. You're looking at him right now, right? Because of this stuff right here. So I want to just fast forward. A part of the Forever Pack is that we have a meal replacement. And it just it's addressing the fact that we can't get the adequate amount of nutrients that our body needs on a daily basis to get us to homeostasis, pH balance. Not even produce can do that anymore. Just watch the movie Food Matters. They said you can't get the adequate amount of nutrients from eating produce, and that includes organic as well. And most people their bodies are so acidic that they crave these kinds of foods. They're eating these on a regular basis. And what that does is make your telomeres shorten faster, which if you were paying attention, that's no bueno. So we have a meal replacement where we're replacing 1 meal every day and taking 2 pills twice a day. That's the Forever Pack. Now this is the Forever Young Pack. And this shake, you know, my grandkids, I said it the other day on the presentation that their favorite is chocolate mint. I walked out of my presentation, went downstairs because my daughter's staying with us right now with her family from Kenya. They were drinking a chocolate mint shake when I went downstairs. And, you know, I've been drinking these for 15 years. I love them. They're my food. And I get to eat other things as well. So it's a great complement to being able to live a healthy, fun, you know, engaged lifestyle. I'm getting the nutrition I need here. And so, you know, whatever I put in after that, if it's not so healthy, I have organs that get rid of the bad stuff. And those organs are being fueled now. And so there's some things that I don't eat anymore. I eat a lot less of the unhealthy stuff because I just don't crave it. I either eat a lot less or I don't eat it anymore because I don't crave it. And it's changed my life and my family's life. Now we're 3 generations into it. So with that, Jojo, I'm going to toss it over to you and finish off this Forever Pack, Forever Young Pack, and talk about this incredible phenomenon. It really is a phenomenon. It's a good word for it.
Well, thank you. What a great call tonight. It's so always good to hear from Erik. It's been so fun to watch him go from this sweaty guy that was really nervous on stage to this powerhouse of a visionary who's leading this company. So it's pretty exciting to watch. And part of our excitement has come inside of this little bottle. And, you know, there's some key things that I would say grab a pen and a piece of paper and write these down because these are key things. So type 1 marine collagen mimics our own amino acid profile closer than any other collagen. So closer than bovine or porcine or chicken, right? So from any other animal. And typically when you see chicken or cow or pig, it's in a type 2 collagen. Type 1 is what we want to heal our skin, to start to see the things that we're seeing with our complexion and our fine lines, all the things that when we look in the mirror, we want to see change. Well, not only is it from marine collagen that's sustainably sourced, so we always want to make sure that we're benefiting the environment, not harming it. I love that we always have that in our conscious, but also that what the packaging that we supply is also recyclable. So 2 really amazing things. So sustainably sourced, and as soon as they separate the collagen, it's bottled within 0.15 seconds. So there's no oxidation in this product. Remember that collagen is a very fragile molecule. It can get damaged very easily. And if the environment is allowed to get in it, there's gas exchange. If there's any moisture that's allowed to get in it, that environment gets in there and it actually can render the collagen ineffective. So if you talk to a lot of people who are taking some sort of powdered collagen, ask them what they're seeing. Like, what have you seen through taking this? I have people who've been taking collagen capsules. What are you seeing? They're not seeing very much happen. And so I have to think sometimes, that potentially because you're opening and closing those big packages every day to take a dose out, that potentially they're environmentally affected by the oxidation. So the other piece of this is that there's vitamin C, zinc, all of these different beauty botanicals that are put in here along with aloe vera to help it absorb into our system. So 2 things for absorption. We have this aloe vera that obviously helps it get into our system and digest easily, but also the liposomal technology of our it's called double Nutra technology, helps to emulsify all the ingredients together so they become one. And then we put that in and then it emulsifies it with our cells, so it's absorbed very easily. So when you think about that, it's when you have 2 bubbles that bump into each other and won't come together because one's oil and one's water, that's not very effective. But when you can emulsify them together and marry them, then that absorbability factor affects our results. So when people go, why are you having such amazing results? It's all of these things put together that have made this such a unique thing, on top of the fact of that this is a therapeutic dose of 5 grams. Most collagen is 1 gram to 2.5 grams per serving per dose, however you want to think about it. Now remember, you're ingesting this. You have to ingest this in order to build collagen. This isn't something that we're putting on. Somebody said to me, wow, that's a lot to put under my eyes. How do I get all that to like absorb in? I'm like, no, no, no. This is going from the inside out. So when you go from the inside out, it's very different. But as we age, especially as our collagen starts to drop off, we have to ingest it in order to build it. We also have to ingest it in order to keep it. So 2 things. It's not just, oh, well, I'm going to drink a bottle and everything's going to be all good. We have to ingest it in order to keep it. So what we're building up, we want to be able to sustain that as well. So when we see all of these things that are coming together to make this a unique product, what do we see from that? Well, we see incredible results. And so understanding that when we're putting the, oh, I didn't share my screen with you, did I, you guys? Because I can't see you anymore. So if I can't see you, you can't see my screen. Okay. Some results when you look at what's happening when we're able to absorb in a different way. So from the inside out, I've had people ask me, what kind of peels are you using? Or, you know, what procedures did you have done? And when I tell them that this is from the inside out, they're very shocked. But as you look at what's happening, you can see, now you guys can notice that if you want to type into the chat what you're seeing with complexion and brightness and the fine lines diminishing, the skin tightening. Now we're talking about elasticity. So as we put this in, you know, it's actually been clinically studied that it's going to improve elasticity. It's also going to increase dermis density. So, you know, so you can't see through your hands anymore. You can't see through your skin anymore because your dermis is actually gaining thickness, right? So gaining density. And we want to see that skin elasticity come back so that connective tissue is being supported by the collagen that we're putting in. So you can see pore size diminishing. We see that in a lot of the pictures. A lot of it is just a sense of the skin looking healthier, having a more sense of well-being, right? We talk about well-being. That's our whole company, is well-being. And so when we think about that, look at the little laugh lines around our mouths. Every single one of the pictures, it just looks like the younger version of the person next to it. So is that little brother, little sister? Is it daughter, son? Oh my gosh, wait, let's go back. There's Dick. So we were talking about Dick Souter. You were showing him in the little telomere part. You know, he's going to be not only our telomere poster boy, but he's going to be our collagen poster boy if he keeps up like this. Is look at just in the difference. I think where we have 39 days, 36 days with him with this. And this is his transformation so far. It's just incredible. 91 years old. Look at you can see, especially, and I love this shot because this was taken with a really super fine camera, and you can see the differences and the changes. And that's a 37-day period. So the majority of these pictures are all 30-day pictures, 30 to 40 days. And I kept looking in the mirror going, I'm not seeing that much change. I'm not seeing that much change. And then you put your pictures side by side and it's incredible. I had somebody say to me, wow, today, they're like, I had no idea. They sent me their pictures. I put them side by side and sent them back. And they were like, what the heck? I had no idea. But when you're seeing, you look in the mirror every day, you want to feel good about what you're seeing. So if you think about self-esteem and self-confidence and things that can transform by helping someone like what they see in the mirror a little bit better. I imagine now I know I had skin issues when I was a teenager, so I can totally relate. And I always want to introduce you to my new friend, Susan. I should have put her other picture in here too. So now when you guys realize that within 30 days, we talk about making small baby steps of change and what can happen. So 2 collagens a day. So she drank 2 of these little bottles a day. She gave up soda and she started walking down a flight of stairs at first until she could start walking up the stairs. Now she's walking up a flight of stairs and you can see her transformation. So the way it has absorbed. Now, typically, as somebody's losing weight, what do we see happen with skin? We see it get more. We see more of it show up. It doesn't stay elastic, but when you put in what your body needs and we're feeding the collagen, look at the things that are happening. It's pretty amazing, right?
It's unbelievable. I mean, that's why we sold 1 million bottles in 72 hours.
Right? A million bottles into, so 5.5 million, and we're less than 8 weeks right now. We're less than 8 weeks. So just incredible. So we just say, you know, do your own 30-day trial, because 83 to 93% of people are seeing something positive within the first 30 days. Dr. Plant has said, you know, put this in your system for 12 weeks and see what it can really do. But when you're seeing these improvements in the first 30 days, I'm only excited about what's happening over the next 12 weeks, right? So do your own 30-day trial. It's really simple to do. You take it out. What's lovely about this, you know, most collagens you have to mix into something to drink. This is ready to go. You grab it out of the fridge, you shake it up, you open it, you drink it down. It tastes yummy, easy to do, easy, convenient. You can, we have a lot of people that are upcycling them to somebody who's crafting or schools or things like that. Or you know what, they go in the recycler and they can be recycled. So each box has a 10 dose count of bottles in it. So if you want to do a month, you would need at least 3 boxes. We recommend doing 4 because there are some days you are definitely going to want to do 2 because you'll be like, I want extra, or you'll want to share it with somebody because they're going to want to know what's going on and they're going to want to know what it tastes like because they'll go, ew, it's fish, and they'll want to know what it tastes like. And so you can hand one off and say, no, it doesn't taste like fish, nor does fish come back on you, because a lot of things you take that have fish in them, you don't taste it at first, but an hour later you taste it, it shows back up. Doesn't happen with this. So if you want to really double up, like a lot of us have done for the first month, is double up for the first month and then reduce the second month, you need a 6-pack to do that. And I would recommend jumping into the 6-pack for sure. Add a bottle of telomere support and you have your forever young.
Yeah, I'll show that slide here and we'll wrap it up. It tastes amazing. I mean, I don't know that we didn't hit that part, but it tastes amazing, you guys. Like you want more when you're drinking it. It tastes like apple and white grape is what it tastes like to me. It's really smooth and it just feels good going down. I contribute that not only to the taste, but also like the vibration of it. Like everything has a vibration, right? And I just feel like it feels very satisfying and good, like the art of well-being, right? That's what it feels like when we put it in. Let me just share this last slide and just give you the different options on what you can do here. So this is what I had been sharing. We have a lot of products in the company, close to 100 products, and we use a lot of them. I mean, I went through them one night and showed everybody what I was using and explained what each one did. And you know, they're things that you would normally buy anyways from the store, but the quality isn't there. And you can get paid for buying your own products. So that's a good deal too. But getting people started, I like to see them start out like this for the first 30 days now along with the collagen. But this is how I'd get people started. For the first 30 days, don't change anything. Just do this and then add more things as you feel like it. But we just really want to create a habit. So 164 for this, and I didn't show you the other slide, but I'll get to this in just a second. If you did 1 box, you're at 204 and you make it the Forever Young pack. I like that. So 204, but if you did the 3 boxes, which would be a whole month supply, you're at 283. Well, there's a slide before this one that I'm not going to take the time to go through tonight. We normally do on Monday, Thursday, and Saturdays, but it's cheaper than the Burger King meal. That's $315 if you did that meal every day for a month. And this is the price of everything, $283. It's like Willie says at this point, it's a no-brainer. Plus, we have a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Try that, you know, at Burger King. Eat there for 30 days and take all your receipts back and say you want your money back because you decided you didn't like it after 30 days. 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Replace 1 meal, 2 pills twice a day, and this little 2-ounce bundle of joy. They call it the bottle of amazing. So there's some referral bonuses for this, and there's also some residual income. Do you guys know what residual is? Residual and passive, because when you get back to the person that shared this with you and invited you here tonight, they're going to set you up your own website. You get a website for free. It's your own website. It has your own URL. You can name it whatever you want. And it's literally on the internet. I mean, it's a free website, right? And you get everything at the wholesale price. So this is all the wholesale prices. So we used to have a membership like Costco and Sam's Club. They eliminated it last year because we wanted to help people have healthier immune systems. And we just felt like, you know, that would help more people get started if they didn't have to pay a membership to be a customer. And so you get the wholesale price, you get a free website, and a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Now, the products will just show up on your door, and then you control everything through your website. But with that website comes the power to earn residual income and these referral bonuses. That's two different ways of making money with Isagenix. And so Jojo talked about these two different packs. This is the 4-pack, and this is the 6-pack. And there's a little bit of savings when you get things in packs, but also they're what we call a qualified order so that you can get the residual income. So if you got somebody started with the 6-pack, which would be the best for the amount of money that you're paying, you would also, by sharing that with a friend, get a $25 bonus for referring that to them. And if you share with 2 friends in a 1-week period, they'll take that $25 that you normally get and they'll double it on both of them. And then if you shared it with a 3rd person in that same week, it'd be another $50. So each additional person within that 7 days, you would get $50 for each one. So if you did 4 people, you'd make $200, got started on this. So that's enough for 2 people or enough for you to double up for the first month. And a lot of us did that. We doubled up for the first month. It takes up to 4 months to saturate every cell with what you're taking every day. You have a lot of cells, trillions of them. And so it's called the principle of assimilation. It takes 90 to 120 days. Whatever you're putting in your body every day, it can take up to 4 months to reach all of your cells. And now you're supporting those cells through a maintenance program, right? You're just going to keep taking those bottles every day. Well, if you take extra, you're going to be saturating the body with more, and so you're going to hit more cells faster. So it does speed up the results, which is, you know, everybody wants to get results as fast as they can. And that's totally safe to do. You're still under the amount of collagen that they say you could take per day if you did 2 bottles a day. So you could get started that way, or you and your spouse could get started and just do 1 a day. Maybe you're the person that has a lot of patience. So now, once you've shared it with 2 people, though, this is more than a qualified order. This is a qualified order right here, just the 4-pack. What do I mean by qualified order? When you shared with 2 people, they're going to pay you 6% on every product that's being ordered for the rest of your life. And when they get their website, that's linked together like a family tree. And you can see that genealogy in your own website. You could see it growing with people adding to your tree. They pay you 6% on everybody, every product they ever order for the rest of your life. Me and my wife are right at $10 million that we've earned. $10 million. I'm known as the mechanic to millionaire off of this 6%. I make about every 10 days what I used to make in a year. I'm not a mechanic anymore. So this is worth knowing up front, especially with something like this. This is going to be in every salon. I mean, there are already products that are in there that are more expensive. They don't work as well, not even close. That's why we call it a market disruptor. We're not just adding to the market, we're disrupting the market because nothing like this has ever happened before. And that's not hype. You can get that from Patty, you know, who shared that on a video we recorded today. 30 years in the industry. So there's the different options for you. I really call, and so once you share it with 2 people, if you do it in 30 days, they give you another $150. So on top of the $50 each, if you did it in a week, well, you would have shared it with 2 people in less than 30 days because you did it in a week right here. Does that make sense? You just got another $150. That's a total of $250 they gave you. That almost pays for your entire product. And we have JoJo is recorded in less than 20 minutes. She goes through the collagen. You could just send some pictures, ask somebody to send you some pictures that you could text out. That's how we're getting it out there very quickly. You could text that YouTube video. Like I said, in a couple hours, there was 109 views on it already. And I think that's just like right at 10 minutes for that YouTube video. And then send a couple pictures. And then people are going to say, well, I want to give it a shot. And I really call it a movement because we're really freeing people, and both physically and financially. And that's a big deal in people's lives. Most people are not free in those areas. Have you noticed we're in a health crisis and most people are struggling financially? You don't even have to leave your house. It's all done on your computer, on your phone. And then it just ships directly to your home. So it's for such a time as this, I couldn't think of anything that would be a better option for people to be able to choose from and be able to facilitate. Just do it right from your home. So with that, Willie, is there anything that you want to add? Jojo, anything you want to add before we sign off here? I know we covered a lot of ground tonight with Erik. That was really the biggest thing, was having Erik on here and just sharing the heart of the company right from the top. It doesn't get any higher than that. So Jim and Kathy and Erik. Willie, can you unmute? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know if Jojo was going to jump in there, but I want to thank both of you for everything that you do. I mean, you know, Dave, for your leadership, you know, your vision with the Forever Pack, and Jojo, just, there isn't anybody, and I've heard a few different people explain, you know, the collagen, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I think everybody here agrees. You know, Jojo just really, you know, explains the collagen like no other, you know. And I honestly believe, you know, somebody was asking me the best, you know, there you go, George, you know, so somebody said, well, should I send Dr. Plant? And I was like, no, send Jojo's overview, you know. No disrespect to Dr. Plant, but if we need some, you know, scientific confirmation, yes, and he's very, you know, charismatic. He's amazing, you know, but you could tell, you know, Jojo, not only has she done a lot of homework, but she's had a lot of conversations, you know, for the past 2 months, you know. So it's just, you know, and I know she's plugged in with Eric Worre and all this stuff, and it's just a beautiful thing that right now, one of the things that I constantly repeat, you know, with people that I'm working with, is that right now, with all the challenges that we all collectively face, what a blessing it is to be a part of Isagenix, that we have a vehicle to be able to bless people, to help improve their health, for them to even if it was just to look better, you know, look better, feel better, move better. And then when people feel better, they do better. And it's just a win-win situation for everybody. And everybody, you know, everybody in our country, everybody around the world, we have the same health crisis that we're all faced with because of the challenges with the food. And so, you know, we can help improve health, and we all have economic, you know, changes, and we can all improve our financial circumstances by educating one another and improving people's lives, you know, their health and the quality of lives. I'm just extremely grateful. If there's any guests that are still here, like Jojo would say, what are you waiting for, right? Order your products today. And I listened to a 10-time world champion martial artist say, why would you even, it wouldn't even make sense to say no. Let your body be the judge. They'll, if you're not happy, Isagenix will give you your money back. So there's no monetary risk. My wife would say, you know, the only thing you could lose is maybe some unwanted weight. And then she tells a lot of her friends, look, either you'll get your sexy back or I'll help you get your money back. One of the two, you know, but something's going to give, you know. So thank you, Dave. Thank you, Jojo. Thank you, you know, everybody in the Forever Pack community. And I just got to say, and you know, Dave, you know, I'm excited, and, you know, but I don't want, you know, but I'm grateful for Isagenix. And today my wife and I, you know, found out that we qualified for the Fiji trip. You know, so we're really excited. My wife was screaming that our kids came running, like, what happened? And she's like, we're going to Fiji. And of course the 3 kids were like, are we going too? She's like, I don't know. You know, so it's just like, you know.
No, we're getting
I know. So,
no kids allowed on this trip. No, congratulations on that. And I just wanted to recognize JoJo too. She's a millionaire in the company. She was a salon owner, retired her husband, who was a full-time electrician on the union. And, so just some, that's social proof, you guys. This is not hype. They just announced the 242nd millionaire in 19 years, 242 millionaires. And
342.
Oh, 300. Wow. Yeah. 342. Think about that, you guys.
Sheesh.
I mean, figure that out. Is that one every month for how long the company's been around? I don't know how many months that is, but I mean, it's probably pretty close. But it's an incredible opportunity for all of us to not only improve our own, lifestyle and our health and, financial blueprint, but it's a win-win scenario. It's a 360 win. Everybody wins because you're help blessing another person's life in the areas that it matters most. And right now, nothing is impossible and everything is possible right now. So the only X factor is me and you. What are we going to do with that? JoJo, thanks so much. You rocked it. I took some notes, man. I just like how you articulate all that. You guys have a great night. We'll be doing another one of these tomorrow night. This was not a regular scheduled program. So we will be doing our Thursday one tomorrow night, and we'll see you guys then. Bye, everyone.
Awesome. Bye, Dave. And Dave, look, I don't